When we talk about system designers, right, I think we're either talking about prophets, oligarchs, or statesmen. And of the three, I'm like most in favor of statesmen, because here's Vitalik Buterin's problem, for example, creator of Ethereum. If Ethereum can possibly work, he's going to have to be an oligarch. If Ethereum, if he doesn't want to be an oligarch, I think Ethereum won't work as the next currency. There's this vast reality that any system, I think, requires the exercise of power to be implemented. I've not seen any system be adopted without the exercise of power. And if power is exercised in a coordinated way, then that's the power in the hands of an individual, right? Or a small clique of individuals, because I've seen nothing else.
Yeah, but I
When
guess
it
my
comes to the
question,
implementation of full new systems, right? Now, the creation and the dreaming up of new systems, that can be done by others, right? You could have someone develop very extensive political theory or social theory or a new ethical movement, but then someone else would have to organize the basis of that ethical movement, and that person would invariably be powerful, right? So when I say prophet, right, that can almost, let me put it this way. I think that, MLK, for example, was certainly using spiritual energy, not just political energy. And I think it's a mistake by, say, modern liberals or conservatives to ignore this. I think modern conservatives want to ignore his ties to communism, and modern liberals want to ignore how much the theology of Christianity helped MLK achieve what he did, right? So I would consider him at least 10% prophet, or preacher, or reverend, or whatever he was. But this idea of the self-organizing system, I think, is very important. But then the question is, who is designing or building a self-organizing system? I think this is an act of engineering, and ultimately such a system might transcend an individual designer. In fact, it must. And it might transcend a small group of implementers. It must. But the moment of its creation, like, that just has to be done directly. Like, there's this very interesting, I know Machiavelli has a bad reputation, and that's, I think, because his humor doesn't translate that well from Italian to English. Like, in English, he's playful and almost sarcastic. Sorry, in Italian, he's playful, sarcastic. You can tell that he has moral principles in addition to the analysis. But the most interesting line, I think it's from the Discourses, right? So it's not from the Prince, that I ever read was, a new political system, be it a principality or republic, is always the work of a single man. I found that deeply insightful, right? And in a very important way, maybe in the American Revolution, we would consider George Washington to be that person, or, maybe someone like Hamilton or whatever. But, they had a choice point as to what kind of system to contribute their energies to. So in that moment, it was their decision. It wasn't the decision of the American people. They put it, we the people. But who is this we the people? Who is this we the market? Whose hand is the invisible hand that moves the market, right? And who is the person that gets to say we? It's not said by 300 million people simultaneously. Someone is speaking, right? So that would kind of be my pushback. I would say, yes, it's good to mind the commons, but I think the commons can only be shepherded, administered, extended, rebuilt through the work of individuals. And the process of building them, if only for a short time, those individuals become immensely powerful.